see. Facing.
What shall I render to Jehovah?
Hey, for Him.
What shall I render?
For He has done so very much for me. Na, ra, na, ra, na, reggae, mo. Good job.
Thank you, Daddy.
Na, ra, na, Hey, He's done so much for me. We cannot tell it all. Facing. Good job.
Thank you,
If I
Daddy.
had 10,000 tongues, it still won't be enough. Sing. Lift your voices if you're watching. We cannot tell it all. Good job, Faze.
Thank you, Daddy.
If I had 10,000 tongues, it still won't be enough. Facing. Amazing. Chukunakwa marlele. When you heal completely. Ay, Chukumar obimo. Isi kendule asi. Facing.
What shall I render
Ay,
to Jehovah?
hey, for He has done so very much.
For me,
Ay,
what shall I render
what is it?
to Jehovah?
For He has done so very much for me. Na, ra, na, ra, na, ra, na, ra. Na, reggae, mo. Good job.
Thank you, Daddy.
Na, ra, na, ra. Hey, He's done so much for me. We cannot tell it all. Facing. Good job.
Thank you,
If I
Daddy.
had 10,000 tongues, it still won't be enough. Sing. Lift your voices if you're watching. Chukunakwa marlele. When you heal completely. Receive healing. Chukumar obimo. Isi kendule facing.
Especially some men with the travel go obodo oyinbo country like UK, America, and other obodo oyinbo country them no dey try at all for the sake say as dem dey do for Naija, na im dey carry go abroad. This men don't turn them wife to punching bag. Ajajaja, they don't beat wife so she can't get mark for body like zebra. Even some men, if you see them, they flog them picking like cow. No be only that, oh, some they even shoot, kill them lovers. Sky, no be Naija you dey oh. Na UK be this. If you try am, na wahala you dey invite. So some wey do am no find am easy with government for abroad oh. Make I ask you this question: are you concerned about your relationship and how is mistreating you? Abi this kasala wey dey burst for your home don tire you as a wife? You man, you don't realize as your conscience dey tell you say you no dey treat member of your family well. No again. Join Uncle T every Saturday on Ogbonge program Boys to Men series by 9 p.m.
Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hello. We just want to thank you for joining us today. We're coming live to you from the United Kingdom. Thank you so much for joining us live, 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 live. We're here. If you're watching us, I want you to like this page. I want you to share this page. Tell your friends that we're here with you. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Men go stop to dey behave like small small pikin dem.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Temitope Olodo. I'm coming to you live from the United Kingdom, a beautiful garden in Kent. That's where I'm coming from you, broadcasting live into your homes all over the world. I just want to thank you for this great opportunity to be part of your evening today, if it's evening, as it is here in the United Kingdom, or morning or afternoon in the United States, late at night in some other parts of the world. Thank you so much. Our series, as you know, this is part two of our series, Boys to Men. And I need to explain it because a lot of people have sent me messages saying, what are you talking about? Boys do not get married. Of course not. Boys do not get married. But we're talking about men that are acting like boys, and that's why we call it boys to men. To get married, of course, as we know, in the United Kingdom and other parts of the world, you have to be 18 plus. That's what we believe is the civilized world. You have to be 18 plus. That's what we believe is the acceptable time when you are mature, get married, and you take care of your home, and you be a responsible man, and you do all that is needed to make your home a successful home, but not only successful home, but also that the generation coming out of you will become productive members of the community. However, what we've come to realize is that if in the course of you're building your home, you build a broken home will give birth to broken children, and broken children will become menace within the society. So we have to have a beautiful conversation where we are looking at issues relating to relationship. Of course, it's important to highlight that we're looking at the Japa generation. Of course, Japa generation, from a Nigerian perspective, are those that are actually leaving the country of Nigeria to come to the UK, Europe, America, and other parts of the world due to a lot of economic reasons. Some of them because they want to give their family a good life, and that's of course that's what makes you a man. That you want to provide for your family and your loved ones. You know, so we have to appreciate and honor those men who have taken up that commitment. However, and we all know for most of us that have lived, have started reliving or have returned back to the UK, after being born here and started living here for over 30 years now. One of the things we found out is that um, the UK is a beautiful country, but there are differences in culture and practices and way of living, and that could have adverse impact. I saw a very pathetic video made by a sister in Dublin, showing how Nigerians and even other Africans, I suspect they're not just Nigerians, are living a rough life after spending a lot of money to travel to Dublin, and they now found themselves in a situation where they have to be living on the street and living in a tent. Most of these people might have sold their houses, just to be able to get to a greener pasture. So we have that situation at the moment, and what we're saying is, how can we avoid this? Because if, God forbid, you find yourself in that situation, and you got kids, and you got a wife, and madam is saying, look at where you brought us, look at what is happening. You might snap, you might get frustrated, that you've left everything, a promising career back home, for a life here, in Europe and in the UK in particular, which is not fit for purpose. So that is the reason why we're having this conversation. So what I need you to do for me now is that I want you to like this page. I want you to share this page. I want you to tell your friends that we're live. I can see that people are joining us. I have, you know, people joining us on LinkedIn, I have people joining us on Facebook, and I have people joining us um, on YouTube. So whichever platform you're watching from, you could share that link and tell your friends, because we know somebody that knows somebody that is actually going through some challenges. We know that in America in the last few years, some Nigerians have even taken the life of their partners. Some women have walked out on their men and their husband have brought them into Europe, into America, and that has left the man mentally unstable. They've left them with kids and even sometimes taking away the kids from them, the love of the man's life. And in some situation, we have men, turning their wife into somebody that actually going to be looking at today. What are the things that we could do? I'll be talking about 5 things that we could do. It's not going to be a long series this week. Definitely next week it will be much more speaker. But five things I believe that we need to look at is, what are the 5 things you could do to make your relationship a family. I've had stories, and this I'm talking of real life stories now, where husband is saying to the wife, the wife walked up to the husband and said, you know what, I need a new phone. My phone is not working. I can't, be able to communicate and do things. And he said, oh yes, once you set it up properly, I will get you a phone. Jesus Christ, what kind of a statement is that? You're using the family's money that you're putting together collectively to go and buy things without even informing your partner. You're spending money that is meant to be a collective money for rainy season. You've taken the money and you got to go and buy lands, maybe in Nigeria and things like that, and you've not even informed your wife. Had the courtesy to inform your wife that you spent the money that both of you are keeping uh, for your rainy day, and you just taking the money and go and spend it, and even bought the house. or bought a land or bought anything in your own name, not even in the name of your children, in your own name. What are you trying to imply by doing that? You know, what are you trying to do? So those are the kind of things and challenges that women have found themselves, in the United Kingdom. If we walk, and I'm not going to say which part of the UK so that nobody is thinking that their wife have reported them to me. Of course not. But the wife will walk. Say the wife is earning 3,000 pounds. And then you give to the wife and say that is your transport fare for the whole week. The wife cannot get money for her sanitary pads. She can't get money to buy cream. She can't get money to even be able to eat properly. Say, friends are eating in the canteen in the office. She can't even do that. Does that make sense? The wife has no control of her money. What kind of a life are we living? I know that men money are meant to be put together and things like that, but I don't see why a woman's independence should be lost just because she has decided to agree to a relocation to the United Kingdom. I think that is mixing of words. That your wife will work 3,000 pounds and then you take the whole money from her and give her 100 pounds as pocket money. You know, it's even better for the woman to keep your money. And we know what men do with money. Not all men are a bit what's the word? Are very good in handling money. They tend to spend as the spirit leads. So I was shocked when I heard that story that the wife had to be begging the husband for money because the husband immediately she takes her salary, she needs to give it to the husband because husband say, we're taking all this money, we paid a lot of money to come to the UK, so you have to give me all the money, all the work you are doing, you have to give it to me. And then he can go and buy a car and be riding in the car. I even heard of a woman that got involved in all this what we call ajo in Yoruba, which is collection, and she collected money. I'm not going to say the exact money so that people will not suspect that their wife are giving me stories. Say, let's assume that she got involved in this say 7,000 pounds, and then the husband say, it's good that I get, because I'm a student, and you are my dependent. It's going to be very difficult for me to be able to work um, 20 hours, things like that. So, well, there are very few jobs that will give me 20 hours and things like that. But if I have a car, I can do it at my own leisure and, do work it out, you know. So let me buy a car. And what did the husband do? Bought the car in his own name, not in the name of the wife or anything. And since he's bought the car, let's say for a year, the wife has only got into the car maybe once or twice when he's taking them to church to go and drop them in church. Can you imagine? He will not take the wife for shopping. He will not take maybe even take the kids to school. The wife have to get on the bus to take the kids to school. I think that is just complete abuse. And if you are watching me right now and you are aware of this kind of stories, please DM me. DM me on LinkedIn, DM me on YouTube, DM me on Facebook. Is this story that I'm telling, is it true? Are people, is this kind of things happening right now in the UK? We need to stop this kind of behavior where I heard of a man where the wife cooked, made nice food, kept it in the fridge, the rice, kept the rice there, kept the stew there, fish stew and everything. And the wife went to work. Yeah. I will not say where she went to work so that husbands will not think their wife are coming to report them. But can you imagine what happens next? The wife went to work, left home, took the children to school, went to work around 9 o'clock. Of course, it's a 7 hour or 8 hour shift. The husband came home early and sat in the living room, shaking his leg, furious. Do you know why the husband is furious? Do you really want to know why the husband is furious? The husband is furious because apparently the wife did not dish the food. So the husband is expecting the wife to leave her office where she's going to work to come and dish the food on the dining table for him. So when the wife came in, my dear, how are you? He just answered with his head, as men would do, shake his head and answer. So she could see that trouble is brewing. And then she said, what's happening? You've not eaten? Say, how will I eat? There's no food. He said, there's food. I told you in the morning there is food in the fridge. All you need to do is bring out the rice, pour the stew on it, put it in the microwave. Voila, 3 minutes. Your food is ready. Say, no, 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 no. You expect me to go into the fridge to go and take food in London? That is what is happening in the United Kingdom. Men are expecting their wife after going to work dish food for them, so they will not eat until wife comes back. Now, if you are that kind of man and you think what I'm saying is completely wrong, that is what you married your wife for, that that's the purpose you married your wife for, and you believe that your wife should be able to go into the kitchen after coming back from a 7+ hours job and dish the food on the table. Otherwise, you will not eat until she comes back. Please send me a message. Please, I'm expecting you. Tell me where you are watching us from. Let us know where you're watching us from. Where are you watching us? Drop us a message in the box. If you are watching on LinkedIn, watching on Facebook, watching on Twitter, I can see somebody watching us all the way from Dubai. Thank you so much. Yes, I can see that person watching us from Lagos. Thank you so much. Yes, my own people from Nottingham. Thank you so much. I can see that. Thank you so much. Please let me know where you're watching me from so that I can acknowledge you and appreciate you for watching. Thank you so much. Drop the message and just say hello. And if there are messages you want to ask or questions you want to ask about this, please ask me, because I'm going to be talking about 5 things that the Japa generation could be doing, especially the ones with family, that will stop their relationship breaking down. You know, I know of all kind of relationship that is happening. I know where the woman is working, the woman is in school, you know, and of course, as a student, she cannot work more than 20 hours. And yet, you have situation where the man that is working full time is expecting the wife to be paying all the bills. And you ask yourself, how does that work? What's happening to your own money? You know, what's happening to your own money? They say, oh no, I pay house rent. How much is the house rent? If you are earning 2,000 plus and you are paying house rent of 700, you have 1,003 to play with. Yet you are expecting that the 20 hours that your missus, the love of your wife, is working on, is living, is making, is the one that you want to live on. Abba, that's not right. That is not right. What is not right is not right. You are the head of the family, and God will not make you the bottom. You have to do your right. You have to do it. And if peradventure you are working and you are not earning enough money, and your wife is saying, hubby, we need to buy this, hubby, we need to do this, and you don't have it. She's your wife. You married her. You said I will do. And she said in sickness, in hardship, she will do also. You just call her and say, my dear, you have to pay for this. My dear, help me manage this 100 pounds. By God's grace, I'm believing God that I will get a better job, and then maybe by next month I can increase it to 300. And then it is for the wife to take that 100 pounds and pray over it and say, my love, my hobby. We came here. The Bible says everywhere we step on, he shall give to us for inheritance. He said, all good and perfect gifts come from God. My husband, you will excel. This 100 pounds you give it to me by next month in the name of Jesus. This money will increase to 300, will increase to 400. You are my husband, and I love you no matter what you give me. My wife will be money pray for me. When your husband is going, say, my dear, when your husband is going, say, don't worry, oh, don't worry. You just continue to work. I know our God will make a way for us. I know that this is our season, our period. We might be going through a little bit of here, but don't worry. In some few years' time, we're going to be the ones that is going to be giving testimony. My husband, don't say, Olori Burukware, which means that you and your mates are doing this, and all you can give me is 100 pounds. You're killing that man's spirit. Please, woman, please, let's not do that. No matter what your husband give you, I'm not saying kneel down like our parents used to do, but appreciate him. Say, my dear, I know that if you have more than this, you will give. And I know that a time is coming where even when I have your checkbook in my hand and I say, my dear, I spent 10,000, you will get angry with me and say, why are you telling me that you spent 10,000? It's the money to my children to Disneyland. I'm working. I just want them to go and enjoy life. That's the joy of every man. And I don't want you, because you've moved into the UK, that you will not change your attitude and start because you are earning hard currency now. You think, I want to finish that house in Nigeria, and then start suffering your children here. And then please do not beat your children. Do not beat your children. In the UK, smacking is smacking. You have to be very, very careful. 'Cause if you are living in Scotland and other parts of the United Kingdom, they have different rules. So you have to be very, very careful about smacking. You can talk to a child without beating the child. Don't say that the rod is there to remove evil from heart of the child. The child has your DNA, so that child cannot have evil. Because if you are saying that child has evil, that means he took that demon from you. Please, let's not do that. Please message me, message me on LinkedIn, message me message me on Facebook, message me on where are we? LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. Mention me. Let me know that you are watching us live. Let's know where you're watching from. Ask me a question. There is no question I will not answer. I'm here to discuss some of the issues that is causing challenges in our in our community. For example, now there's a lot of children that have been taken from our community at the moment, and that is very, very serious. Children are being left in the house because parents have to go and work. And I'll say to you, there are ways that you can resolve and address this issue. I'm going to be talking about in the next few minutes 5 things that you could do to make you or your wife getting criminal record because of anger, because of frustration. We don't want that. We want you to have a peaceful relationship. We want you to avoid problems in the UK. So we don't want that happening. So please send me a message. Let me know that you are watching me from Nigeria. Become a boy. When a man does not take care of his family, the Bible says that man is less than infidel. Means that the man is a complete unbeliever, somebody that doesn't believe. And for somebody to be even worse than unbeliever, then that is dangerous. That is dangerous. We know, from the scripture, depending on which religion you belong to, in the book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 1, in the Christian religion that I belong to, your prayer will not be due. Then you have a serious issue, because the serious issue you have is that there are challenges, that you be confronted with. Yes, thank you so much, my brother watching all the way from Lagos. He just posed the question here for is it, and is post a question in on Facebook. Let me read what he said. He said, "I think that one from the man, family needs from the okay, that is the wife expecting every couple to come from the from the man's family needs. There should be shared responsibility. I agree with that. Unfortunately, most men are overstretched and stressed out. Women should abide the culture of joining hands with the man to provide for the home. The the idea of saying every dime should be appreciated. Okay, I have to agree with Mr. Dennis. Agree and disagree. The man is the head of the family, so that is given. And thank you so much for your message, sir. The man is the head of the family. A relationship must be the relationship must be give and take. So what I mean by relationship must be give and take is that the woman should not be expecting that the man will provide everything. I'll tell you. I can tell you now. When my wife gave birth to our first son, when he gave birth to my first son, I told my wife basically not to work, and I was doing a good job. And I told my wife not to work, and she didn't work. Of course, she was on maternity for some time, and then we took. Then she got pregnant again, because we needed. I wanted to have children because we've been waiting for some time before we had our children. So I was excited, to have my first child. Challenges as of that time. Um, well, or we had some medical challenges as of that time because it came premature, and as a result, I wanted that child to get the full attention of the mother. And so I told my wife, no, do not work, and she didn't work, and I was providing for the home. If a woman is not working, how will she provide? So I took the bills, I paid the house, I paid the rent, I paid everything that we needed to do, and I didn't go out and start saying, you are not working, you are worthless, you are doing. Some men use it to talk to their wife. Some men have had in London, I'm tired, I'm always working, and you know my wife is not working, so I need to. Oh, shut up, shut up. That is your family issue. You should not be discussing that in front of your friends. You are belittling, bringing your wife below. You are making your life belittle your wife. That is completely wrong. I agree with uh, um, Mr. Dennis. In this season, even if you are not working, your husband is doing full time work, there are things you can do to support your husband too. You could start a little trade online and go and do that. But husband, if your wife does not have the capacity, do not push her out there to go and look for work by force. Find something that will be comfortable for both of you, for you and your children and your wife. That's what you should do. Not that you would push your wife to say, you know, to go and work. Both of you will put 10,000 to flight, and that is what the Bible says. So both of you need to work together. When my wife was not working, I was working, and then she got uh, pregnant with her second child, and I said, you know what? I think It's high time you go to school. She had the first degree before, and then she went back to uni to get a second degree. And with that second degree, before she even finished that second degree, she started teaching. And then that teaching was nice for me because she would just drop the children. Sometimes I drop the children. She would just drop, and by the time the children are finishing school, she also is finishing work. They come home together, and then she had a beautiful relationship with my kids. Me, I'm always traveling, I'm always going around, but it was good. She did a good job there. And I'm grateful to her. I'm eternally grateful to her because she did a good job. Everybody has their own part that they are going to play in the family to make it a successful family. And that is the key, because you don't want to give back to kids that are always watching daddy and mommy fighting. Every time you are fighting. If you are not fighting about the bread, if you are not fighting about the light, if you are not fighting about the light, you are fighting about water. Once daddy is coming into the house, everything will go quiet because the kids say, Daddy is coming. Daddy is coming. Oh no, you don't need that. You need to. And I'm preaching to yourself. I'm preaching to myself also. So don't think that, oh, this guy is coming to is behaving holy and holy. No, 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 no. That's not the situation here. What we're saying now is that you need to be a responsible father to your kids, and you need to stop being acting like a schoolboy and become a man and start acting like a man. That is very, very, very important. That is very, very, very important. And there are, men that devalue their wife in front of their friends. Please stop it. Do not do that. One of the things I've had, and I don't know if it's something to do with the Japa generation, talking about the sexual intercourse or relationship we are having with your wife in front of your friends and saying, oh, she's not giving me enough. Do it hard. And what kind of nonsense is that? Please, let's stop those kind of joke, because then you are making your friends to look at your wife in a manner they should not be looking at your wife. Then when you are out of the house, your friend will be calling your wife when in the middle of the night when you are at work, calling and saying, hello, how are you? I just want to find out one or two things. No, no. Respect is reciprocal. Your friend should not be calling your wife and saying, where are you? Why is it that I've not seen? What kind of talk is that? You are the man. Of course you can ask your wife where she's going to, but your friend has no right to be monitoring your wife. What kind of a relationship are you building? What are you doing that you are reporting your wife to your friend? Please, let's stop this attitude where your friends are coming to talk to your wife as if she's a nobody. No, she's the woman, the head of she's the wife, your crown, the crown in your house, that is the mother of your children. Do not let any man be talking to her anyhow. Please, and not even including your family. No, no, no. Do not sell your wife in cobbles to your family. No, there's a place of family and a place of wife. You know, both of both must be separated. It must be separated. Do not make your wife a football for your family to be talking to. Don't let them look down your wife and say, "Go there." When we are talking, do not talk. No, 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 no. That must not be. That must not happen. Your wife is a warrior. She's not going to eat your feet. No, no. Don't do that. Your wife is a warrior. She's a champion. She's taking care of your children. She's a multitasker. She's doing so many things at the same time. Value her, respect her. Every time you pass through her, touch her hand and say, wife, I value you. I honor you today. I honor the womb where you come from. I thank God for your life. I thank God that you're my wife. I thank God because believe you me, there's a time when she's not going to be there. And I can tell you from experience, where you wish you can just stay in the house with her and be looking at her eyes and say, you know what? I honor the day you said yes to me. I look at your eyes and all I see is just beauty and laughter. Every little thing you do, make her laugh, make her smile. her joke, crack jokes with her, play with her, make fun with her. Let her miss your very presence. Come into the house and say, "My wife, how are you doing tonight? I'm going to fire you." And let her say, "No, no, no, no. You need to go back and go and pay my bride price." Those kind of funny things. Let her value you. Don't put her in the house and think because she's now yours, you dump her there in the house. No, 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 no. You don't need that. So let's talk about the 5 things that you should do when you enter the UK. When you enter the UK, one of the first thing you must do is that you should register with the Nigerian High Commission. I cannot stress that enough. If you need counseling service and you will need the help of Nigeria when there are issues, you need to register with the Nigeria High Commission. Please, that is very, 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 very important. You must register with the Nigeria High Commission wherever you are, whether you're in Australia, wherever we have an embassy, and you have your emergency number. Of course, I know we are not like the UK or America where they could lift you if there are issues. And we have done that anyway with the help of listening and those things. Bottom line is that it's important that you let them know your movement, where you are based. That is very important, and so that when there is need for them to get to do, maybe somebody is in town and it changes to changes to their visa regime or passport collection or NIN or BVN, they'll be able to send you those informations. It's very, very important that we do that. Always make sure that we get to a country where we're a country of our board. That's number one. Number two, no matter what you do and you are, you know, you are in you are in the United Kingdom, please make sure that you find the Nigerian community so that they can enlighten you. There's nothing as good as getting a good induction from the Nigerian community. There are aunties, there are uncles, there are people. I belong to the Nigerian community in Kent. If you are based in group of individuals running it with my chairman, you know, very lovely man. They will accommodate you. They will organize events and things. And if you have accommodation problem, there are people that know people that have lived in Kent for a long time. Thank you so much. I can see my brother all the way, from Lagos. Also, I call him the billionaire. My brother, I receive it for you, and I say thank you so much. If you need to buy a house in and you are coming up with a program, if you need to buy a good house in Nigeria, that is the man that you need to speak to. They have different range of houses Nigeria to go. Whom I want to go to Nigeria to buy a house there. Don't fall into the hands of scammer, fall into the hands of people like Mr. Olusegun, the billionaire. That's the way I always call him. Who are people that have very little to take you through and help you to be able to, get a good house in any location in Nigeria. Talk to the man. You could see him there. DM him, and I know he'll be more than happy to help you. Thank you so much, sir. So as I was saying, definitely link up with the Nigeria. I'm based in Kent, so we have a community in Kent where we engage with each other. We help each other. For example, I have challenges with grass and weed in my house, and I just said, oh, I needed somebody that could do it. Before, I would normally travel to a place called where do I normally go? is it- I go to somewhere around Dartford Crossing, outside of around Romford. I go there to go and bring somebody to my house, in Kent, and then they would help me trim the things, and I have to pay them. But with this Nigerian community that I joined, I spoke to the owner of the place and flash it, lovely man, and he said, you're my brother. Just tell me how much you want to give me. Can you believe it? So lovely. He came, he helped me do everything, pack the place, sweep the place up. It was done beautifully. I salute him. Very lovely guy. He just did it, and be considerate, because you see they are Nigerians and they want you to excel, and they know how difficult it is for you to make money. So they're not going to charge you 1 million pounds, whatever. And that is important, because if you have a community and you have friends there, if you join this kind of community, I'm not saying you should become a burden on people, but if you have friends that you've been meeting and engaging with, then if you have an emergency and you need to go somewhere, these are people that will definitely be able to save you money. Can you imagine 1 or 2 hours every month and they're helping you with that? Say that is £25 an hour, and that's £50, £50, a week, multiply by 52 weeks. You could just imagine how much you have been able to save. So those Nigerian community are there for you to make use of them, for you to ask them questions about your housing issues, ask them questions about jobs, because most of them that are already settled in the UK, they know about where to get jobs, and they will be able to direct you in the right place. So I would strongly recommend that you join the Nigerian diaspora community, you know, join the Nigerian diaspora community in your locality. Join them, engage with them, so that they will be able to help you. They will be able to help you with psychologists. So if you have problem, marital problem, there are people there that will help. The other thing is that I will say that do not forsake your faith and community network. Apart from the Nigerian diaspora community, we know we have a Nigerian diaspora commission, which is headed by the Right Honorable Abikere that doing a fantastic job, bringing all the diaspora together and making sure that we engage. We had an event recently where all the diaspora were engaging with each other, and I had a lot of stories and things that were being done, which really made me very proud of being in Nigeria. So yes, so we have the Nigerian Diaspora Commission, and we have the Nigerian in Kent, and they're in a different locality. There will be a Nigerian community there. I will also want to encourage you to look at your faith group. So if you're either a Muslim or Christian, and there are different groups that you can join, where there will be a solid network, and you'll be able to get advice from them. When it comes to like my own church, if I can shout it out, my church is KICC, Christian International, Kingsway International Christian Center, and very lovely church, very homely, even when I lost my wife, they were there for me and always been there and always supporting. We have different projects here in the UK where they're supposed. So if you are in Kent, or if you're in kind of places where my church is not that because there's not enough food, you can turn to those faith groups, and there are food banks, and there are community leaders also that do food banks, and there are community leaders also that do food banks. You can turn to them and go to that little. My pastor was talking about a man that I think it was in New York, and he refused, and the guy said, I'm going to buy this back one day. And actually, he bought the bank. So you might go to a food bank today, and you might call somebody to help you with a bit of money here, £50 here, £20 here, but that does not mean that that is a definition of your life. Please, I don't want you to see it as as a definition of your life. So So please, if you need help, engage with us. If you are based in the UK, message me. You can message me on Facebook, LinkedIn, and and all the other social handles that I have. Even if you are in another country, Dubai and the others, I'm a community leader here in the UK. You can message me and we'll find somebody in those areas that can support you in the different area. But don't resort to slapping your wife, beating her black views of your wife that she doesn't even have self-esteem again. Please let's stop that. Let's not do that. Join the faith group. Remember, so join the faith group contact the Nigeria High Commission. Let them know that you're in town. Also, engage with the community group in your area. So those are, you know, the four things that I've mentioned. The other thing you need to do also is that have a plan. Don't just come into the UK without a plan. Have a plan. Sit down with your wife. What is it that we want to do? This is the way we want to do it. And if your wife feels that this burden that you're going to put on the family is going to be too much, she can say, you know what, maybe you should go first, and then when you are settled, we can join you. And I know a lot of families are now doing that. They're all the ones that initially came with their children and things like that, and they just lost it. For a man that was living comfortably in Nigeria, driving a nice car and everything, all of a sudden comes and is walking on the road, they feel beneath himself. He will feel frustrated. And of course, where will he, express his anger on his wife? I don't think it is right that you beat women. And I think that we should make that clear. Men should not be beating women. That is not allowed. That is not right. So those are the kind of things that I think that we should, be consistent. We should make as an habit. Take care of your wife, take care of your children. Do not beat them. Do not abuse them. If you have challenges, talk to the community leaders. Talk to us here. We are always here to lend a helping hand. And I'm confident. I am confident. But the truth of the matter remains that you will always be able to get through all these challenges and have a beautiful, beautiful home. So please, let's be careful about what we do, how we do our engagement with our wife and children. Don't let the children be going to school and reporting you or their mother that, oh, dad did this to mom. Mom stood up and did this back to dad. Those kind of things that will result in issues coming to your house or taking your children. Then you don't want it. Don't come to the UK, bring your wife, and then suddenly you can bring another woman, you know, uh, into your relationship. So don't do that. Try and avoid all those kind of pitfalls that could have adverse on your relationship. I think that is very, very important. I hope you are really enjoying the program. If you are enjoying it, I want you to like this page. I want you to share this page. I want you to tell your friends, and colleagues that we are live on Facebook, live on LinkedIn, and live on Twitter. We are live here, doing what we do best, making sure that you get the best from this relationship. And one of the things I'm hoping that you will do is that when you watch this video, you'll be able to convey this message to your colleagues and let them know that we're here live. We are here live, talking about issues to homes and making sure the Japa generation are supported so that they can become productive members of our community. You know, that
ogun ìjínigbé ìdigunjalè ìpànìyàn jàǹdùkú tí ń fojoojúmọ́ ràn mọ́ bíi iná ẹ̀rùn pàápàá lórílẹ̀‐èdè nàìjíríà Nàìjíríà lè di ohun ìgbàgbé nípasẹ̀ ìdásí àwọn tó nímọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ nípa ètò ààbò. Ẹgbóṣù bàbàǹbà fún Tèmítọ́pẹ́ Olódó. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Tèmítọ́pẹ́ Olódó ni ògbóǹtagì ọ̀jìnmí onímọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ nípa ètò ààbò tó sì ti ní ìrírí púpọ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹni tó mọ̀ tì fún tẹ̀dọ̀ ètò ààbò. Ohun gbogbo tó bá ti ní ṣe pẹ̀lú ètò ààbò, Tèmítọ́pẹ́ Olódó ló mójúlẹ́jà ẹ̀. Adarí àwọn èèyàn wa ti gbé nílùú ọba ni tó sì ti ṣàṣeyege. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí onímọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ nípa ètò òṣèlú, political scientist, Tèmítọ́pẹ́ Olódó ti ṣèwádìí ìjìnlẹ̀ nípa ọ̀rọ̀ òṣèlú tó sì ti nírìírí tó tún ti kópa nínú ètò ìròyìn àti ìfọ̀rọ̀wánilẹ́nuwò pẹ̀lú àwọn ìlúmọ̀ọ́ká akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ títí tó fi dórí àwọn adarí wa lókè pátápátá pẹ̀lú. Bó ṣe ń lọ ni mo ṣe já yín sí yẹn. Ó yẹ jẹ́ ń lo àsìkò yìí láti kí Tèmítọ́pẹ́ ò ṣe bẹ́yìn lọ́mọ.
Okay. We're back again. So we're going to be rounding up this program in the next few minutes. Thank you so much. You stayed with me for 56 minutes, and I really appreciate you. Next time when we go into part 3, we'll be going to be talking about a lot of things, and I'll be laying down some things that we need to be doing. But remember, the first thing when you come into the UK, make sure that you register with the Nigeria High Commission. That is very important. Make sure that you find and locate Nigerians in your community and engage in their network, so that you'll be able to get a better service, and you'll be told about pitfalls. That is important. You can't get out of it. The other thing is that the Nigeria do a lot of things, trade fair and things like that, and you could join them live, online when they're having their events. That is very important. So we're going to be rounding up now, and I hope you enjoyed this program. I hope it was enlightening, that it actually added value to what you do. So if but for now, we're going to be calling it a day, because I think we have done what we need to do here. That is very important. We need to make sure that we are actually doing the right thing that we're supposed to do, for our children, for our wife. That is very important. We need to do that. So now we're going to be rounding up, and I hope you enjoy the program. Have a beautiful day, and God bless you until we meet again on Saturday next week at 9 p.m. People are resting. So let's enjoy this just to get you to end this program in a positive note.
kiss me.